The jungle has many laws, but the most important ones are not written on bark or stone. They are whispered on the wind, carried by the river, and etched into the heart of every creature that calls this wild place home. Tonight, one of these ancient laws is broken. The law of the hunt. A distant roar, filled with rage and frustration, slices through the oppressive silence of the night. It's the sound of Shere Khan, the great tiger, but his roar isn't one of triumph. It's one of fury, of a hunt gone wrong. He wasn't hunting deer or buffalo. He was hunting man. And in his carelessness, he has brought man's fire upon his own hide and driven a man-cub, small and defenseless, deep into the territory of the Siani wolf pack. Listen. The rustle of leaves isn't the wind. It's a child stumbling through the underbrush, his small face streaked with dirt and tears, his eyes wide with a terror he can't yet understand. Behind him, a shadow detaches itself from the deeper darkness. Shere Khan, limping from a hunter's burn, his stripes like jagged scars in the moonlight. His voice is a low, rumbling growl, a promise of violence. The man-cub is mine. He belongs to me. But the scent of the child has reached another hunter, a mother. At the entrance to her den, Raksha, the demon, as she's known for her fierceness, steps into the moonlight. She nudges the child behind her, shielding him with her own body as Shere Khan emerges into the clearing. Her eyes, glowing in the dark, meet his. He is mine now, she declares, her voice unwavering. The man-cub belongs to the free people, not to you. I will raise him as my own. Shere Khan snarls, a flash of white fangs. But he is one against a pack. From the shadows, other wolves emerge, their bodies low, their hackles raised. Akela, the great gray leader of the pack, watches from his rock, his silence more damning than any threat. The tiger knows he is outmatched tonight. Then he will die with you, he hisses. The promise, lingering in the air, as he retreats back into the darkness. But the jungle, as it always does, had other plans. Inside the den, the air is warm with the scent of family. The man-cub, no longer crying, curls beside Raksha's own pups, their soft fur a comforting warmth against his skin. The mother wolf, her ferocity softened into tenderness, licks his forehead, a gesture of acceptance, of belonging. Mowgli, she murmurs. The name a soft rumble in her chest, for he is like a little frog, smooth and hairless. Mowgli. That will be his name. When the time came to present him at the Pack Council, the law was clear. 2 voices, besides his parents, must speak for him. The pack murmured, uncertain. A man-cub had never been raised among them. Akela, wise and just, raised his head. Who speaks for this? Cub. A shadow detached itself from a branch overhead. Bagheera, the Black Panther, sleek and cunning. I have no right in your assembly, he purred. But the law of the jungle says that if there is a doubt, the life of a cub may be bought for a price. I will pay that price. A freshly killed bull, not half a mile from here. If you will accept the man-cub. The pack, hungry and swayed, agreed. Then, another voice. A deep, sleepy rumble echoed from the back. It was Baloo, the old brown bear, the teacher of the cubs. I speak for the man-cub. Let him run with the pack. I myself will teach him. And so, with a bull from Bagheera and a good word from Baloo, Mowgli was accepted into the Siani wolf pack. Akela, the alpha, gave a final nod. Then let him be one of us. The jungle became Mowgli's classroom. Baloo, the sleepy but wise bear, taught him the master words of the jungle, the calls that would identify him as a friend to all tribes, from the birds in the air to the snakes on the ground. The law of the jungle is simple. Baloo would rumble. Obey it, and you live. Mowgli learned to climb almost as well as he could swim, and swim almost as well as he could run. Bagheera, ever watchful from the shadows, taught him the harder lessons. The lessons of stealth, of patience, and of danger. And remember, the panther would whisper, his voice a silken warning. Shere Khan never forgets a debt. But Mowgli, young and fearless, would just grin. Let him come. He learned the language of the rustling leaves, the meaning of a broken twig, the scent of the coming rain. He was not born of the jungle. His skin was smooth, his voice different. But he was shaped by it. The sun browned his skin, the thorns taught him caution, and the river gave him strength. He sat with his wolf brothers on the riverbank at sunset, their laughter mingling with the sounds of the evening. He was one of them. Raksha would watch from a distance, her heart filled with a fierce, protective pride. Bagheera, seeing this, would often say softly, "He is more than a man-cub now. He is our brother." He belonged not to the world of men, nor entirely to the world of wolves. He belonged to the jungle itself. But even in the heart of this wild paradise, a shadow lingered. From a high ridge overlooking the valley, two eyes burned like coals in the night. Shere Khan watched. He was patient. His hatred had not cooled over the years. It had only sharpened. He saw the boy running with the pack, strong and confident, and his snarl was a low, venomous promise on the wind. "You cannot hide forever, man-cub." But Mowgli was no longer the frightened child who had stumbled into the den, as if hearing the distant threat. A new resolve settled in his heart. He was not hiding. He was learning. He was preparing for the day the law would be broken again, the day he would have to face the tiger who had sworn his death. Thank you so much for watching this story unfold. If you felt the call of the wild with us, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tailies from the heart of the jungle. See you next time.